get rid of that. I do apologise. It's amateurs pressing the buttons, i.e. me.
That's all right.
Listen, it's entertaining. Thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Gatesy. This is our pre-match discussion ahead of the season opener at St. James's Park, Newcastle. Newcastle United, West Ham United, Sunday afternoon. I'm glad to be joined by my esteemed colleagues, Mr. Andy Miles and Mr. Jas, both of whom, very luckily, are going to the game tomorrow, aren't you, boys?
Yes, we are. I think Andy got the tickets before me, then unexpectedly a couple of days ago. I got mine, and I'm in Leeds at the moment, so I'm halfway there, just to make the journey more manageable. So tomorrow will be just a 2-hour drive to Newcastle, and then back home for about 9 in the evening. So, yep, I'm in Newcastle, and looking forward to tomorrow's first game, yeah.
Early start for me tomorrow.
Did you get anyone take the ticket off you, Jas?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I got someone. Yeah, so I'm going to hand it over when I get to the ground.
Someone's taking it.
And there might be a good chance that me and Milesy might sit together the way it works out. Yeah, so hopefully that works out. Yeah, works out.
We're swapping tickets.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear.
Yeah. So Mar one, me and Jas are going to sit next to each other, and the person who's getting it is getting Mar one.
Do you know who you were sitting next to?
No clue. No clue.
Fair enough.
It was just a ticket. So, yeah, it's all planned out.
Fair enough. All ends well. No, because I've got to be honest, when you sort of said about the ticket going spare, Jas, I just thought to myself, that would be an absolute crying shame if that didn't go to a good home. And I'm glad it has. So.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised how long it took. It took most of the day, didn't it, to find someone? Yeah.
Has all the allocation been sold? Because I was really shocked to find out that we still had tickets that, as of a day or two ago, were still available. Really shocked.
Thursday night it went. The last few.
Yeah. I mean, I got mine from a guy who's got 2 season tickets away. He couldn't make it with his son, so I know him from a few years back. He's used to be a season ticket holder at Upton Park, and
crazy.
And literally by luck, he posted something on Facebook. I commented, and he goes, "Give me a call when you got some time." And from there he goes, "Do you want 2 tickets?" I said, and he just lives down the road from me. I said, "If you don't mind, yeah." And then I said, "Listen, I'll only collect them if I can pay for them." And he's like, "No, I ain't gonna take the money from you. Like, he knows me." And I'm like, "All right." Then I drove down there this morning, picked him up, and then to my surprise, it took most of today to find the right person to have it. Yeah, very surprised. But I think it's the journey, isn't it? I think the journey is very tricky, and being a Sunday as well. I think if I could have it all my way, then even the wife was saying, "Jas, why don't you take your laptop with you? I know what you're like. You're gonna get pissed. So I don't want you driving back. Stay overnight Sunday and come back late Monday. But I'm gonna be good tomorrow. Miles is gonna look after him, make sure I'm a good lad, and just have 1 point at the most. And if it was Saturday, then I would have stayed Sunday, wouldn't I? I would have stayed Sunday. I would have driven up Friday night, stayed Saturday night as well, and then gone home Sunday. But yeah,
we have that in writing.
But yeah, I'll be. I'm going to be a good boy tomorrow.
Tonight he isn't.
So Milesy, let's get this straight. So you're looking after Jas. So if anything goes wrong, it's all your fault.
I might be driving Jas's car back.
He's on his own in a hotel in Leeds. What could possibly go wrong, Milesy?
Yeah.
No comment, because Jas's family might be watching. I'm joking.
Cool. They know me.
I know.
So, shall we get down to it, gentlemen?
Yeah, let's get down
first
to it.
game. Yeah, absolutely. So let's get down to it. First game of this Premier League season for us. Newcastle United away. I'm absolutely gutted that I can't be there with you. Because to be honest, I've never been to St. James's Park, and it's one of them grounds. It's an iconic ground. They've got fantastic support. Say what you want about Newcastle United, what they've achieved over the last sort of like 50, 60 years. They're very similar to us in a lot of ways. They're a club that really should be doing an awful lot better than what they are. over, not. I mean, obviously we had a great season last season. I'm talking about sort of like longer term. They're an absolute sleeping giant. Let's not muck about. So we go there tomorrow, and not quite sure what to expect. Obviously, it being the first game of the season, are we going to come flying out the traps? Is it going to be a little bit of a false start? Who knows? What are your thoughts, boys?
Do you want to start, Milesy?
Go on, you can go, mate. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Bit of a bogey team recently, especially last season.
Yes, over to you.
Yeah, can you hear me? So a bit of a bogey team, certainly last season, had done the double over us. And certainly people like Callum Wilson, they put a fear in West Ham fans. Every time
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Gatesy. Yeah.
We're talking.
Yeah, so Callum Wilson, puts a bit of fear in West Ham fans. And but we mustn't forget, despite what's happened in the transfer window, which has put a downer on a lot of fans, including me, we mustn't forget that on that training ground, the camaraderie, the confidence is sky high amongst that team from last season. Our first 11 is super strong. And apart from perhaps Ogbonna and Lanzini, I think we've got a fully fit squad. So I think we're going to hit the ground running. And a couple of things in our favour are that Newcastle, despite doing a double over us, they had a pretty poor average season. Their new signing, Willock, is not available for the game, which is good news for us. They just missed the deadline, and he did score in that last game. Another thing is that Callum Wilson is rated as only 70-80% fit. So even if he starts, he's not going to finish the game. Perhaps same for Maxine. He's not 100% fit. Two goalkeepers, first choice, are totally out the game. So it's third choice goalkeepers playing tomorrow. And then it's just people like Ryan Fraser, who's had an average season last season. I think the game, Milesy, I think the game is going to be won or lost in the centre-back position, certainly for us. That's where our weakness is. That's where our weakness is, mate. I can't see a weakness. And Fabianski, I'm still a bit nervous over where he is and his age, and he's
We sort of had this discussion last night. For anyone who didn't know, I was at the West Ham Fan TV event last night with Jimmy Walker, and it was amazing, people. Literally, best night, first proper night out with meeting people face to face. It was amazing, and we sort of had a vote, and I think Areola's the better goalkeeper personally.
Yeah.
And I would put him in goal, but do I see it happening? No. Moyes is a loyal manager. They sort of had the same situation with when he was at Everton with Tim Howard, wasn't it? Do you remember? He was having a few bad games and he never really changed. So I just, me personally, I would love Areola in goal, but do I think it's going to happen? No. If Ogbonna is not because Ogbonna's trained, I don't know whether he's made it or not. I don't know. It's been hush. But if Ogbonna's not playing, I'd play a back five and have Creswell as a centre back with Dawson and Diop, because I think we'll need three of them in there, and then max out the midfield, in my opinion. What about you, Jas?
That's a good point, because we're away in St. James's Park. No matter what you say, for any team, Liverpool, Man U, Man City, it's a tough challenge. I'm in two minds. I'm thinking they've got a forward line that's not fully fit. One of the main strikers might not even start. They got a dodgy goalkeeper, and you can't win. It's a very sensible approach what you just said. That probably means that we should come away with a point if we're going to play that like that. But then the other thing is, see what Newcastle are like, especially confidence from last season. Steve Bruce, if we just stay off, we don't see our positivity is on the front foot, going for it. Last season, full of pace, stamina. But if we just hold off and put too many people behind the ball, then I know Newcastle are going to go into the game, and then I'm not too sure. But I think your approach is right, and what I'm saying is a little bit right as well. Why don't we just play flat four and just go for it and have the confidence with Benrahma, Antonio, all those guys? It's tricky, isn't it? It's tricky. It's being the first game. David Moyes probably says, I only want a point. You know what he's like? He probably says, I only want a point.
See, with that back three and back five, I remember Leeds away or Southampton as well, where Fornals played that role as a left wing back perfectly. He played that left wing back role, and for me, Ben Rama in that number 10 and Rice and Souček, basically you're just telling Ben Rama, Bowen, and Antonio just do your magic. At least one of you come back and defend, and we'll rely on our the defense and everything to get us out of trouble. You're probably going to laugh at me, Jazz, but I'm going for a 4-1 win tomorrow.
I said 3-1. I said 3-1 or 3-2. 3-1 or 3-2. We never make life easier for us. So I kept thinking, there's no way me and Milesy got the cigars out. It's 3-1. You know what West Ham are like. There's no way we're going to have it's going to be 3-2. We're going to be on the edge and just about get over the line. But I'm quite confident, like you said, if Bowen plays on the wing, he'll protect Creswell all the other way around, and Kufal and Fornals. I don't know which way, buddy, they play now.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with the flat back 4-3 as well. Fornals wing back. I need to look into a bit more how he plays. I'm not quite used to watching that role that much.
See, with Fornals, Jazz, is like I said, a lot of the time, which is really surprising me, is I don't know what Moyes and his coaching staff have said, but Ben Rama looks bulkier. Fornals looks like he's lost a little bit of weight, bit more, and that's the bit what we lacked a lot last year was our getting shrugged off the ball very easily. But Ben Rama, he looks aggressive. Fornals already had that, but what I mean is they all look bulky. Even Bowen, I can't remember that Reading game and Celtic on fire, and I've my goal scorers. I've gone 2 for Antonio.
He's in my fancy, so I hope so.
Yeah, I've got 2 for Antonio, Ben Rama, and I fancy Creswell for a free kick or something.
Well, Creswell's another player who David has completely changed. The year before that, every one of us thought he's finished. Wanted him out.
If you look back on West Ham Fan TV, I done the fan cam on the opening game of the for Newcastle at home, and I said I never want Creswell in the starting 11. And look at him now.
No,
what I mean,
slow, lethargic, not interested. Don't know what the hell David done. He turned into a cultured bloody South American fullback who can pin. If you look at the fancy football league, I think he was second or third in the points in terms of assists. He's way up there, mate. And if he was a lot younger, England would have looked at him. If he was 5 years younger.
I don't know about you though, Jazz. I know since his injury, he lost a bit of pace and obviously getting older. But like he just even looked quicker last season. The same in Joe, when he's bursting on the. I don't know what it is, whether it's confidence or anything. But even when he's running with the ball, he looks quick. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's the forwards in front of him that they're going to help him. If you had Anderson in front of him or another lazy player. I think half of that is that he knows that if he gets caught out, he's got a lot of engine. Like Rice and Souček, young boys in their prime, aren't they? They'd be able to protect him. Yeah. I think Black 4, he still looks a bit he's unsure. I think in a 3 at the back, 3 centre backs, he looks so comfortable. He loves that position, I think.
Yeah. So as you can see here, Jazz, this is what Gatesy reckons we'll line up with. Do you agree with that?
Okay, Fabianski got.
Shall I read it out? So so we've got Fabianski, back 4 of Creswell, Diop, Dawson, and Tufal. Sorry. Rice and Souček holding, Fornals on the left, Ben Rama in the number 10, Bowen on the right, and Antonio up top.
Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah.
See, like I said, the only situation what I could see is, like you said, Creswell moving over, and we'll play technically a 3-4-3, so to speak, like back 5 or whatever you call it. But the one thing what I will say was we done. I didn't really do a review of the Atalanta game. I know Gatesy and Steve done it last week, but even Tufal, Souček, and Rice, they've been missing for all pre-season, and they just look like they've been around all pre-season. Their energy levels, I'm not worried about that. Ben Rama, he's just going to be terrorizing Newcastle tomorrow, and as you said, they've got a few injuries, so this is what Gatesy reckons Newcastle's going to. They normally play the back 3, but yeah, they've got Freddie Woodman in goal. He was on loan on Swansea last year. I don't know whether you saw much of Swansea last year, Jazz. He's number 3 goalkeeper. He was out on loan, but in my opinion, I think he's a very good goalkeeper. But They reckon a back three of Cher, Lascelles, the captain, and Fernandez, another ex-Swansea guy. I wish we got him a couple of years ago before we went to. I thought he would have been great for us, in my opinion. But yeah, but three in the middle of Almiron, Longstaff, and Hayden. Jacob Murphy on the right, Matt Ritchie on the left, and St. Maximin and Wilson up front. The only change, which in my opinion, which may happen, is maybe either Longstaff and Hayden, one of them to come out and Shelby to come in, because he loves playing against us. Then he turns into a prime Perlo, I think, when he plays against us. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I heard the problem with Shelby, Wilson, Maxine. They're only 80%. They're only 80% fit. And,
Right. Okay.
And Bruce, they missed Callum Wilson. See, another thing we need to bear in mind is, yeah, we'd all love Callum Wilson in our team, but he does. He's like Antonio, isn't he? He does not play more than half a season. You know, that is the issue. Newcastle missed him for half that season. When he plays, there's not many people better than him, and even he gets into the England team. So I think if we're lucky that if you're a manager like Steve and it's your first game, it's not urgent. Would you want to risk him? I think what Steve's going to do, he's got a decision to make. Shall I start him or shall I bring him on? I think he's going to start all of them and then bring them off after 65. I've got a feeling because Callum Wilson be like, he'll be biting him and Shelby like, please, boss, please, you know, we've got to do it, you know.
See, with them three in the middle, Almiron, he's a lightweight. In my opinion, I don't think he's the greatest either. And I think even if they have that three in there, I think Benrahma, Souček, and Rice will just outbully them, in my opinion, in the middle.
Yeah, the only thing with Almiron, I think he scored in one of the games last season. He gets on the end of things because he's a striker. They've just pushed him out. He's got a good finish on him. But yeah, on his day, he's either a miss or a hit, isn't he? He's nothing in between. And that's Newcastle all over. You don't know what I mean, they say that about West Ham, but I think we've been certainly consistent for a while now. With Newcastle, you don't know it could be 4-0, 5-0 to us, or it could be a right difficult pain in the butt to turn over. You don't know, do you, with Steve Bruce and Newcastle?
No, you really don't. And the thing is, what I'm more, I think we're just going to out-muscle them on set pieces like what we were last season. We're always a threat. Creswell's delivery from both sides is just breathtaking, in my opinion. And if you've got Diop, Dawson, Rice, Souček, Antonio, there's only one winner, in my opinion, Jazz, in the box. What about you?
There is. I just want to remember what happened the first game. I forget about it. It was the wrong lineup, wrong start, wrong attitude. So I won't even look into that. The second game was quite interesting. I didn't watch it. I remember listening on the radio, and I think we were quite careless, weren't we? I think Dawson got sent off, perhaps. That was it. And then Lingard tried to single-handedly bring us back into the game, and then we kind of got there, and then Willock snatched it away from. So it's a really bad day in defence, wasn't it, that day, I think?
Yeah. I think if they score first, I think it will be tough. But I think if we score early, I think it's just curtains.
I can see Bowen scoring early, 15 minutes. I think Bowen's going to do them. But then I can't write Newcastle off because they just bog you down, and I'm not sure if they regard us as where they, because if they played Man United tomorrow, I know the game they're going to play. They're going to stick everyone behind the ball, and they're really good at it. And they've won 1-0 against top teams a lot of the times. I don't know if Steve wants to do that against West Ham. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm really excited because I think these are two. It's like playing chess with these. One is clearly better than the other on paper, but then, like Nicky told me many times, Jazz, football's not played on paper. We don't know, but there's something about these two. I think they're neck and neck, aren't they, when they play each other? It's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, see, Steve Bruce, and you don't know what this is going to be like because they're still obviously they're like us. They don't like Mike Ashley, and I don't know whether they're going to be protesting tomorrow. So maybe we can take that as an advantage as well because I don't think they've sold all their allocation yet.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, and apparently there's still like over 4,000 still tickets. So I don't know whether they're protesting or anything like that. So maybe we could use that as our advantage as well. First, I know we're all GSB. Well, when I've done my 94% of the people voted, over 1,300 people voted GSB out. I know we've still got a few, but I think we can use that to our advantage and really, really put the pressure on on them tomorrow. What about you?
I don't know. They're just one team. It's like you can't keep your eye off them. You know, I wouldn't be comfortable for a lot of time with that game because I just don't know about them. It's one of those games that'll be close, and then you can see because what Callum Wilson does, he plays on right where the offside line is, and I'm not sure how much pace Dawson's got. Dupe's got pace, but he's got no sense between his ears. As I've said, he's got no sense of man marking or reading situation. He's got no brain like that. So I just think if Callum Wilson, Maxine, the pace them two have got,
yeah,
they'll destroy Dawson on the floor. If the right pass goes in, and then you're playing that dangerous game on the line, Dawson will not keep up with Wilson.
But do you know the thing? What worries me though, Jazz, is if we do, and Ogbonna, let's just say Ogbonna doesn't make the squad tomorrow, late fitness test, he fouls. If Dawson and Diop pull up, Alves has gone out on loan. We've got no defenders. Centre half's on the bench.
Mate, that's a big topic that people are just getting so wound up on the radio stations. There was another sort of Frankie's channel, and it's just doing people's heads in, mate. We don't understand what's going on. I mean, what I think is going on, David has definitely given him the list. What Sullivan has done, he's failed to get all in his negotiations and bidding. He's failed to get none of them. He hasn't got any of them. So now we're down to player 7, who's about 10 million, and this is what Sullivan wanted all. And now he'll grab them. All these players coming in now will be 10 million, 11, 3Bs, and then suddenly they'll all be done.
Do you reckon David Moyes now? Do you reckon it could be him?
I had a feeling he was tied up already, perhaps to a French team, or perhaps he's still up in the air. I wasn't sure.
I'm not too sure. That maybe correct me wrong. Let me just have a look while we're talking. But if Milenkovic goes Spurs, mate, I'll be fuming.
Have you noticed that he's actually played the whole of 60, 70, 80 minutes in a crappy cup game for Fiorentina today or yesterday? So everyone feels that there's some odd situation going. They don't think Tottenham are that close to sealing it either.
It's mad, isn't it? It's absolute mad.
He's playing chess again, like Daniel Levy. He's waiting to the last day, see if a price drops. But then you're up against the clock, aren't you? I mean, you got Ross Barclay out there. You got Danny Drinkwater out there. Chelsea got 2-3 more, like Abraham out there.
Yeah, he's still without a club, Louise.
He signed someone, yeah?
No, he's still without a club. 34 years of age.
He's London-based. He's not going to be that fussy about. I think he'll be good. I think he'll be a good character. He's a bit of a leader. I like him. I like him for a year. There's no harm, especially Europa coming up. I think Boateng is still available, I think, from Bayern. I think.
There's a couple of others, I think, when we was looking who we could potentially get. But I don't know, mate. I'm really worried.
Every time Danny Ings, Armstrong, it's going to be a dagger to the heart of every West Ham fan.
Well, they both scored today, didn't they?
Yeah, so that didn't feel good, did it? Didn't feel good. And this is Danny Ings' second goal. In pre-season, 30 minutes, he banged one in. Got the penalty, this one. Mopé got off to a good start. It's a dagger to my heart. When you told me Armstrong had scored, I didn't take it well. I'm like, wasn't happy. And,
so Kevin sort of made a point. It's like, well, if we did have to, Rice could slot in there and bring Noble on, but then you lose the midfield. I'm not trying to be. I'm really looking positive tomorrow, but when you look,
Hammer's story just said Lingard's coming. Do you know what I'm thinking about that story? I think negotiations are going to be tough because Lingard is his last contract. He's 28. I think Sullivan's going to fuck it up in terms of terms. That's what I'm worried about, the personal terms with Lingard. He's going to want a 4/5 year contract, a lot of money. I'm worried about Sullivan getting that one over the line, mate.
Yeah, see, like I said, Jazz, we were sort of saying that with the striker. In my opinion, I think that's what Lingard's on basic £100,000 a week at Man United. I've heard. I'm not saying this is concrete evidence, £100,000, but his appearance bonus and or whatever's ridiculous. So, like I said, it doesn't bother me if he wants the £100,000, give him the £100,000, but give him a goal bonus or assist.
Where would you fit him in? You think as things stand at the moment with Van Rama?
Well,
would you take Fornals out? You can't take Fornals out. He's just such a good. I don't care if he scores or not. He's a 7 out of 10 every game. You know, he's like a Jeff Pike. You can't take Jeff Pike out of the team because Jeff Pike didn't score. Jeff Pike didn't set a goal up. You know what I mean, don't you? There's players in there to do a certain job, isn't there?
For me, it will be Antonio. I think if we don't get the striker, which I don't think we are, is Antonio's not going to be able to play every game. He won't be able to play Thursday, Sunday. He can just about play once a week at the minute. So you see Bowen go in the number full, or Lingard. I think Lingard, he played it for Man United. I think he'll be amazing in as a false nine. And then you've got them all in. Like even that as a front four of Fornals, Benrahma, Lingard and Bowen. I think that can cause.
But like you said, at least we've got options, isn't it? Like we're not even sure ourselves, but that's exactly what the manager wants, isn't it? Really, isn't it? We want options, don't we? So game to game, opposition to opposition. That's what you want. You want, and this is the chairman's job. David done his job, and Sullivan has not done his job. And you remember my video when the season finished? I said, it's like giving the keys to David. We all go away, and I said, when we all come back, that includes David, the managers, the fans. We're going to ask David, okay, so what have you done, mate? Absolutely F all. And this transfer window is the chairman's window. And he's not done his side of the bargaining, Milesy. He's not delivered.
I've seen a few people now saying the funds are there and it's Moyes. Well, the players who Moyes probably wanted have already been tied up. So it's not Moyes' fault. Do you see what I mean?
No, it's not. He's failed to. Moyes has to be professional and say we are trying, which is kind of the case. But why you're not getting the players is due to differing. Well, okay, well they're both differing Daves, aren't they? At the end of the day, but one's worse than the other. No, but what's going to happen now is what Sullivan wanted. We've started the in-house fighting a little bit. You've seen that amongst the fans, and they're having a go at the manager. And this is what Sullivan wanted. You know, a bit of pressure off him. Pie Capital turned out to be really silly what they done. Sullivan's in a good position, has spent no money. He's got someone coming in to buy the club, look like jokers. David's beginning to get the flack again. There's loads of people we know. I don't want to mention their names on Twitter today. It's all started again. He's differing, he's slow, his history's like this. I don't want to mention any names on the broadcast. I'll tell you after. All familiar names. All the same people that were there before David joined, they're all started again. And I'm like, okay, but at least let the season start, you know? So we're in a civil war, aren't we? But like I said, let's clear. We mustn't think about when we think about Newcastle game, just think about last season the players. Don't think about one in.
Jazz, I'm exactly the same. They made the point. I think, yeah. Sorry if I'm just the recent stuff because I've not really been on social media. Like last night when the boys and Jimmy Walker, they were talking, and I agree with what Dan said and everyone else pretty much said. Our starting 11 is up there in the league. It's just the squad which is the damage. Do you see what I mean? And it like the thing what's come out was David Moyes is only going to buy players who can get in the starting 11. So what? Is that no one?
Actually, Milesy, answer my one question. When the window started, do you believe that David Moyes told him, "Here's the list"?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and so on that list are players. Why hasn't no one come in? That's two questions, and then you got the answer. There's no way David has said to David Sullivan's bank, David Moyes, who do you want to sign? Oh, I don't know. I think we're all right. Don't worry, go away. He ain't going to say that, is he? Which is what our fans are thinking. David has said, this is the list, and if you can get them, thank you. 3-4 targets, and no one's come from the door. So what? Nothing to do with David Moyes, is it?
I don't care, Jazz. When Moyes, even in January, because apparently his striker wasn't available until the summer, which we believed, and I honestly believed that, Jazz. I thought it was Paston Daka. I thought it was a Danny Ings. That's who I thought it was. That Southampton or where did Daka play? Can't remember. Salzburg. They're not going to sell in January, which we understand. So he would have said at the end of the season, "Here's my list." But like you said, we're probably on like 8th choice now in every position what we want.
There's
It's
no
worrying.
way. Yeah, there's no way David didn't give him a list. There's no way David told him don't get any players. Sullivan's messed up. Simple as that. Yeah, I mean, he cheekily went on TalkSport. I don't know what window it was, and said, "Oh yeah, but the fans wanted a manager, not a coach. So he's the manager, which means he does everything. I'm not involved in trade. Offered him all these players, 8-9 million. He didn't want any of them." David said, and I'm like, I'm glad, mate, because now you're struggling to offload all the silly ones you used to buy. So I think one side of it is if David was certainly weak, we would have got 4 crappy signings over the line. They're all over the world, especially with the agency he knows. 5, 6, 7 million, we could have bought 4 of them in. But David's just saying, I don't want those players, you know? So David is cryptically telling us what he's saying. He's saying, to protect him, he's saying, we are trying. We are trying. And on the other side, he's saying, we don't want to bring anyone in who's not going to improve the squad. So that's what David wants, to shut the fans off. So David's giving him players. So the ones David wants, Sullivan's like, oh, I can't get them for you, David. But listen, I can get these free if you want. I can get these free. And David's like, no, I do not want them. So you can't say David's not strong. If we sign no one, 2-3 windows, hardly anyone, that does not tell you that David's a puppet. He's not. There's a clash happening. But it's a wave of, I mean, David's not silly. That's his employer. You can't tell him to fuck off. Like some people, I'm not going to mention names again, are saying David's not strong enough. So what do you want David to do? So what some fans want David to do is tell him to fuck off and resign, and then they say, that's it, Dave, you're the one with it. Come off it, mate. Yeah. There's a way David ain't going to do that. You know, there's some fans like, if David had balls, he would tell you
because Jas, that's what I want to work out, though, yeah? It's like, so just pretend that Moyes just went, yeah, just get me whoever. And let's just pretend Joe Bloggs, we sign him for the championship, yeah? Comes in, obviously not a Moyes signing. Will the fans be happy then because we signed someone?
No, because...
You see what I mean?
No.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, just stick to... Remember one thing, there's many more sensible fans than non-sensible West Ham fans. You know, a lot of players have said, who've come to play, and they said, what was your feelings about West Ham? He goes, well, I'll tell you what, he goes, the knowledge of the West Ham fans is right up there. They know they're footballer boys going back to the 60s. Just stick to David. And Sullivan's got a crack sooner or later, you know, and I just knew deep down that on the back of that great season, something in-house is going to explode, you know, to mess it up the following season. You know, you knew it, I knew it deep down. All we needed to do is just get one big, good, even Danny Ings, bring him in, and, you know, you and me were at a party, jumping up and down, put Ings on our back about it. Just, that's all fans want. Yeah. You know?
What, Black Sambuca, Jas, yeah? Black Sambuca, yeah.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. I haven't had that one. Is it a new one? Or?
No, it's been out years. Oh, we're having Sambuca session when
Jacob Bomb, St. James Park. Lovely.
Yeah.
I mean,
a shot for every goal we score, yeah?
That's it, mate. But my feelings are David's given him the list, and Sullivan, due to expenditure terms, agents, because obviously managers don't get too involved in terms and stuff like that. What David was embarrassed was about this, like the fans, this Milenkovic, it went on for 2.5 weeks, and every day we've got him, and then David stepped in and said, hang on a minute, I've checked the progress of this transfer with you, David Sullivan, 4 times, and if it ain't over the line, then tell him to fuck off. That's what David done. So, David Moyes told him yesterday, because he's proud of the team, he's proud of the club. He goes, if someone is, he goes, I'm not going to go into your fault or his fault or the agent's fault. If you 3 together are pissing around for 4 weeks, I don't want that player at my club. And that's not a wrong statement, is it, at the end of the day, Milesy? No. David's talking like us. It's fucking West Ham. All Milenkovic has to do is
the thing what worries me, terms, mate. The thing what worries me, and let's just say in two years' time, eventually when they sell, what club would want to do business? Like some of them have probably even got the club every single thing blocked. West Ham, no. New owners, don't care. Who are we going to buy? The amount of owners is fucked off already.
And what I was saying the other day to can't remember who it was like that's it. I was chatting to Frankie, and Frankie is saying that in business there's certain people they're so good at negotiating. Something's for sale £100 and they'll sell it for 200 or the other way around. And then I said, the thing with Sullivan is, so Frankie's friend, he might not see that customer again. He can rip him off, he might not see him again. The problem with Sullivan is, like you said, there's only a certain amount of clubs in the Premiership, in Division 1, in Europe. You piss them off once, they're not going to come looking again. Like you said, if you could sell a car, Milesy, to punter, you're not going to see it ever again in your life. And you'll walk away and you say, Jazz, I've done it, mate. I made him pay $2,000 more. He's pissed off, but you're not going to see him again. But in football, if you do that in football, like Fiorentina, how do you think Fiorentina feel now? Dragged through the shit for 3 weeks. Yeah, wasted everyone's fucking time. You think they're going to sell us a player? I mean, Sporting Lisbon, who are one of the biggest creators of youth players in the world, Ronaldo, Bruno, the list goes on and on and on with those guys.
Nanny.
They're not going to chat to us in a hurry. So they're going to come more and more again. Oh, that's the problem. And Sullivan, I don't know what he used to do at Birmingham. I didn't follow the club. I ain't got a clue. Obviously, the fans are not too pleased with that either, and things like that. That's the problem we've got, mate. And I'm saying, why didn't Milenkovic? If Moyes is right, if Milenkovic really wanted a West Ham move, he would have gripped the agent by the throat and said, "Listen, mate,
Oh, fucked him off, yeah.
Yeah, you made enough money out of me, or I'll give you out of my first package. What's the big deal?" Yeah, he didn't say nothing, and see, there's something a bit grainy about the whole situation, isn't there? You got a dodgy agent who's involved in a court case last year, I was told, and Milenkovic just stayed quiet like a dummy. I mean, come on, mate. There's something fishy going on. And David's like, "Do you fucking want to join, or you do want to join? No, yes or no, deadline. Get out of here." You know what I mean? You got to. The window's only a certain amount long. You've got to cut it short somewhere, and say, "Okay, we're moving on now." You can't let it drag on like Sullivan done the first season. We moved to the OS when Bakker, Lacazette, that got embarrassing.
Bashuai when he was at the club.
Till we got Zaza with Freed, and I don't blame Zaza. He's a half decent good player. He scored a goal, and I don't blame Zaza.
He smashed it in Serie A, didn't he?
That's why I was talking about Andre Ayew, Zaza. They all got tarnished in that really bad period at West Ham moving in. You know, it was a really bad time for everyone. Ayew, I think, was it Costa or Kante? Kante absolutely done him in that first game, and Ayew didn't play for 6 months. So this, I mean, Sullivan's trying to do it again. I'm just sick of that guy, mate. You know,
Jazz, in that current situation, would you take Diego Costa now?
He's 34, isn't he? He could be 35 this year. I'm not sure.
But in our current situation, would you take him?
It's difficult. It's not a cheap deal to get over the line, and he's not an easy character to control. Because
I think Moyes could. I think Moyes could.
I think 35 is a bit too much for us. I think, Milesy. 32, I would have said. 34, 35 is, for me, I think, I don't know. I mean, how old is Cavani, having said that? About the same, isn't he?
Cavani's 35, I think.
Yeah, and he
Costa's
plays
32. One sec. I can't remember.
Costa's 34, I thought.
Oh, there's so many bloody players now.
Costa's
32. Costa's 32.
Grab him, mate. Grab him. Why the hell did I keep thinking he's 34? Grab him, mate. Grab him.
I think, yeah. Let me just double check.
See, that's another problem. If you're
he's still without a club. Still without a club.
Yeah, but Milesy, if you had half a brain West Ham, they would have got Costa in June, so he would get match fit all over summer, wouldn't he? Yeah, you buy him early, and then he's got June, July, August.
No, Jazz, we should have got him in January. He was available in January.
I don't know what's going on, mate.
Oh, yeah.
I think Seaman's going to come in, isn't he? I don't know nothing about
Kevin's.
Seaman.
The money is just ridiculous, but yeah, no, I agree with Trav. He does look about 50, Costa, but it's
he
mad.
sells caravans in Cornwall, Costa, part time.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's we've sort of gone off topic, obviously about the game. So, like I said, I still think 4-1,
3-1,
Antonio 2. Benrahma 1 and Creswell to score, and Callum Wilson's going to score for Newcastle. What about you?
I say 3-1 with Bowen getting amongst the goals, I think, and perhaps Antonio might get a penalty. Last year so many penalties given. We got a couple today. So what we're seeing, following on from last season, we're seeing lots of goals in the Premiership, aren't we? So 3-1, 4-1. We haven't had a 0-0, so I don't want to go all the way to St. James's Park to see a 0-0.
I know.
You know.
But no, if everyone else in the chat, if they want to put their score predictions in, what they reckon it's going to be. But no, I'm looking forward to the game. Not looking forward to the early start tomorrow. But if we go all,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave about 8. I'm going to go and do some video recording of Ellen Road. I've never been to Leeds before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Pay homage to Don Revie.
How far are you at the minute away from there then?
Oh, I think you know that cricket. I'm around the corner from Headingley Cricket
Oh,
Ground.
wow.
And I think I saw some floodlights. I think being in Leeds, and you used to always hear that Newcastle Leeds are fairly city centre grounds. Literally 2 minutes, I reckon. I'll do a bit of footage. Look at it. There's a statue, isn't there? If you remember Don Revie going like that with a scarf, and I think Billy Bremner's there somewhere around the ground. So I'll go around and do a bit of footage, and then we'll do some shooting when I see you outside the ground. We'll do a bit of interviews with some people we know, and catch up after the game, do a bit of footage, and then
Gates is having a party.
Yeah, the Gatesy do a bit of footage, upload the footage on Monday for us, perhaps. I think. I'm going to get to Newcastle really early. You know what? I'm good parking near the ground shopping centre somewhere.
Mate, absolute nightmare here with the signal.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, mate. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So you're leaving. What time are you leaving? So you got to pick up Scott, and then what time did Nicky say? Like we get in the car and
I'm leaving at 7, I think, from Romford, where I am.
With Scott or
yeah, with all of them.
Who's driving, Nicky or
Mike? I think.
Mike. Who's Mike?
I'll talk to you. You'll know who he is. I can't remember his last name off the top of my head now.
Oh,
you'll know Mike.
The one that used to be on before. Like I haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Mike! Oh, he's a taxi driver, isn't he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in ages.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I remember
wow.
because Nicky was saying, you know, Mike, and I was like,
I know Mike.
And then he sent me a video of one of his fan cams. I was like, I know Mike. Of course I know Mike.
He started singing the song. They want him out, and I was like, oh, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
See, the thing with Mike used to be, people used to take the mick in the comment section, and he used to retaliate. And I said, Mikey, ignore it, mate. So he used to get into. And he used to get into FWs, and they wouldn't stop, and they're just winding him up. Or they say, you know, oh, Mikey, looks like you've had 2 cheeseburgers, mate, and they'll set him off. And I'm like, Mikey, ignore it. So, that'd be good to see him. Yeah.
Right. So Mikey. I've just seen, sorry, because Gates is going in and out. I've seen Neil's gone for a 3-1 win like you, Jazz.
Okay, cool.
Trev Tube, good old Trev, love Trev. He's going for a 3-0 to the Mighty Hammers. Okay. Eamon as well, going for a 3-0. Ben Rahman to score first and assist. Antonio and Bowen. See, I like this.
Yeah.
Word and pictures though. 1 goal in it, I think, our season. Usual 3-2 win. Yeah, no, I'm loving this positivity. And like you said, this is what I love about our fan base here as well. Is like we hate the board, but as soon as it gets to the game, we forget about all that. And do you know what? My voice probably won't be able to take it. We'll probably outsing them all game, no matter what. That's what I love. That's why I love away games, mate.
We're so up in the clouds. They probably can't hear us anyway from where we're going to be.
Yeah, we'll see airplanes take off though. Still in the background.
Well, we might be above sea level. Probably it might affect our breathing, mate. Be careful above sea level.
Well, no, I think it's going to affect our breathing climbing up all them bloody stairs.
That's why I'm going to get there early and do one stair every 10 minutes.
Should we take 3 pints and we have to just go get it from time we go?
I might find a lift somewhere. You know, that's some lift.
If you've got if you can get a dodgy disabled badge and a funny limb, you can get the lift all the way up.
See, the issue is coming down is piss easy, and coming down's not an issue anywhere, is it?
No.
We'll be all right. Don't worry, we'll be all right.
No, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, it's going to be a long day. Unfortunately, I'm working on Monday, so that's always going to be.
Like we all are.
Yeah, because where I'm coming back with Nicky as well. Obviously, we're going to be doing all the fan games. I'm guessing you're going to do one as well with Nicky and the boys. And then the time we finish all them, so we're probably let's just say the game finishes at like 4
o'clock.
Half hour getting down the stairs, doing the fan games. I'm probably not going to leave till 5 before. Yeah, 5, 6 o'clock before I get away.
Hopefully not 6. No, it shouldn't be 2 hours doing fan cams. Should be about an hour max for doing fan cams, and then driving, finding where your car's parked. I think, yeah.
No, I'm just thinking of so I reckon I'll probably be back by about 10 or 11 if I'm lucky tomorrow. But yeah, it's still going to be a long day. Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. It's just I'm going to take my binoculars.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm joking.
But yeah, you know what? You know, we used to always hear about the Gallagher end. It's so famous, like the Clock End and Chicken Run at West Ham, Cop at Liverpool. These are really famous names, aren't they? Like the Holt End at, is it Villa and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So this is one of them off your list, isn't it? Really, to cross off, isn't it?
Have you not been there before?
No, never been to the city, mate. Not even been to even today. Leeds, first time. Newcastle. I used to go to Scotland a couple of times, but bypass Newcastle. Not actually went there. Now, what about you? You've been before?
Once.
When was that?
3 or 4 years ago. 3-0 win.
And how did you do the journey? What time was kickoff?
There was a 3 o'clock on the Saturday. I didn't come home till Sunday.
What happened Saturday night then?
Don't ask.
And ended up in the hallway of some bloody hotel somewhere.
All I remember was eating Greg's at like 2 in the morning because Greg's is open 24 hours in Newcastle.
How'd you get there? Train it or car?
Yeah, train.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about the rumour saying the trains are like over £200?
Yeah, they are.
Flights are 680 quid. 670.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Even hotels, I paid a lot for this one, mate. It wouldn't be 40 quid any other day. About 160 I paid, and that's the cheapest one I could find. They're all in 230. It's crazy, man.
Daniel,
nuts.
Shout out for you, sir. We're legends, apparently, from Daniel.
Oh, Daniel, we'll meet you at the ground, and you will have.
That was my internet signal.
You'll have a run with me, son.
Yeah, I can hear you, Gatesy.
Mate, am I allowed to? It's gone 9 o'clock. I can say it's been an absolute clusterfuck trying to find a decent signal.
Don't worry
it's been an absolute nightmare. Honestly, you couldn't make it up.
Where are you in the toilet?
Have you changed your mind? You're not moving there now, are you?
No, I've come back to my accommodation because, believe it or not, despite the fact that the signal here isn't very good, it's actually better than anywhere else I've been. I've actually been out. I've been driving. I'm staying in a place called Trevallis. I drove to Perranporth trying to find a signal. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And you got Wi-Fi?
I've got mobile data. They've got Wi-Fi in, like there's a bar, like an entertainment complex where I'm staying, and the Wi-Fi there is even worse than the mobile data. It's ridiculous. I'm like, do you not know? I run an internet channel, for Christ's sakes. What are you doing to me? They don't care.
Yeah.
No, I mean, depends how many people are trying to lock into the same signal. Well, what network are you on, Gatesy? Vodafone or what is it?
I know. It's just annoying. Do they not realise who we are? We are fucking massive. Honestly. What's your hotel like, Jas? I dare say you've probably covered it off with Milesy, and I've been sort of like trying to find a half decent signal. What's your hotel like, mate? Any good?
Right, really good Wi-Fi. Surprisingly, it doesn't even need a password. Got parking. They charge £6 a day. It's probably 5-minute walk away from the city centre. The problem I've had, Gatesy, I'm paying a premium. I don't know it's an Ibis Holiday Express. In the normal way of things, you should be able to get a room for about 70, 80 quid, I would have thought, this type of brand. But I've paid like double. So it's just something weird going on. So if I had the room on a Sunday or a Friday, I'll be paying next to nothing. But the Saturday, it shoots up incredibly, 3-4 times. But yeah, hotel's good. Got breakfast in the morning.
What time are you leaving tomorrow?
Sorry. I'm going to leave. What I was telling Milesy was, because I've never been to Leeds before, I'm going to pay a bit of homage to Ellen Road, do a bit of footage tomorrow. I just want to go around because there's Don Revie's statue there, Billy Bremner. Just go around there for 2 minutes, take a few photos, and then hopefully be in Newcastle for about. I'm going to get there early, like 10:30, 11, being a nuisance in my West Ham shirt, walking around. You know what I'm like. And then have some breakfast. get some parking early, because that'll be key. That'll be quite clever of me. If I get there really early before all the West Ham fans and their cars, I'll be able to get away and park fairly close to the ground, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
But the bit surprised, but Leeds is an eye opener. Yeah, I'll discuss it off here. It's a bit eye opener I've seen driving around, but it's a very jolly town. Everyone's pissed. It's a big hen night and stag city. It looks like, so perhaps Huddersfield and Rotherham, they all get together, Leeds, to have a good time. When I walked into check in, there was a guy like couldn't even stand up like 4:30 in the afternoon. I thought that was a little bit, wow, what's going on here? But Leeds up north. I'm just saying, like, honestly, up north is not for me. Like, even to just the only thing up north I like is Scotland. That's the only thing I like up north. I love where I live. I love Sussex, Hampshire. Haven't been to Cornwall. I went as far as Torbay. Got a cousin in Devon. So I love the south. And that's it. That's just being honest. Yeah, it's just not for me, the north. It's just not, apart from Scotland. It's just, I don't know. What do you reckon? I don't know.
First north I've ever been is Sheffield. Never been to Leeds. Been to Manchester a couple of times. Never been to Leeds. So I can't really comment on Leeds. What about yourself, Milesy?
Sheffield's only 20 minutes away anyway.
Glasgow I've been for work. Been to Newcastle for a couple of stags.
You need to go Edinburgh. Edinburgh's beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. But no, Gatesy, we've gone for our predictions. What are you going for tomorrow?
I'm going 2-1 West Ham. I think we're going to turn them over. I think, I know everybody sort of says they're our bogey team and all the rest of it, but I think at some point, that hex has to be broken at some point. I know that sort of like, yes, we haven't made the signings that we've all would have wanted, that we all expected, this, that, and the other. But this is still the same squad that finished 6th last season over a 38-game Premier League season.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. Cutting out a bit, Gatesy.
You've gone.
Yeah, it's difficult for Gatesy in a holiday. Don't worry, Gatesy. Don't worry. You're in good hands. We're taking over, mate. We're taking over.
That's one of the pictures from last night on the West Ham Fan TV event. Yeah. And that.
Oh, hello.
There's me with my tattoo. Look, can you see?
Not clearly. Yeah. No, I'll have a look after.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What time did they finish? Was it about 11? Was it?
They had the thing till midnight, and big up DJ Russie B from the West Ham Network gave me a lift home.
Hey.
Oh, good boy. He's a gentleman, that bloke.
Yeah, no. What I'll do is...
Oh, no, Miles, you didn't finish. Tell him where he dropped you off. Come on the full story.
Right, okay. As you know, people, I'll tell you the story. Russ went, where do you want dropping off, mate? Whereabouts do you live? And I said, stop. Outside the kebab shop, and I had a special burger, a burger, quarter pounder with some doner meat in it.
Hey.
Did he join you, or did he abstain?
Pardon, mate?
Did he have a kebab as well? Because I know he likes his kebabs on a Friday, doesn't he?
No, he just dropped me off, and
when he dropped you off, he went back there again by himself.
No, but honestly, I don't know how long we might.
Did you have garlic sauce or chili sauce, Miles?
Burger sauce, mate, in the burger.
Burger sauce. I've got the Wimpy bottle at home. Do you remember? I'm not sure I sent you the photo. Wimpy sell their special burger sauce now and ketchup.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I've got the Wimpy burger sauce in the fridge. I went nuts when I got that 3 weeks ago.
Oh, lovely. But we might as well go for an hour. We've got another 5 minutes. But no, I just wanted to talk. I just want to say honestly, I had such a good time last night, and the highlight was, sorry, Gates. We might as well tell the viewers. Jazz and Gatesy have already heard this today. But no, so obviously I got there a little bit early, about 6:30, and I got talking to Dom and Marshy from West Ham Fan TV. They appear on there quite a bit, and they went, the venue, you can't go in till 7. I was like, no, that's fine, but you can have a drink. They had like a bar outside, and so I'd done that, had a drink, and then 5 minutes later, Jimmy Walker walked in. That's where my photo is. Anyone who follows me on Twitter and Facebook, that's where me, Marshy, and Dom would talk to him for a few minutes, just asking that, like, just having a general chit chat with him, really, to be
Well,
honest.
did he say anything about the new signing? Did you ask him anything about the goalkeeper situation? Or
I don't want to spoil it yet for the viewer because they're released. West Ham Fan TV are going to be releasing the video shortly, so obviously it's the interview talking to Jimmy. But the best part was obviously Bubbles. They played a video on the projector, so we're all looking at that, and then Bubbles played. Literally, yeah, I know it's not a game, but just hearing Bubbles, it was really loud. Then all the lads walked out, including Jimmy, and it literally I wouldn't say I've got a bit emotional, not like tearing, but like it was just like it was just such a
lump in your throat.
Yeah, mate, it was amazing.
How many people are there, Milesy? How many people?
Probably about 80 to 100, I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
And what is this venue? Is it a pub? Is it a club? Is it a ball?
No. So it's like it's you've got like a little bar where you can just walk in, which is open to the public, and then they've got 2 rooms. They've got a big room upstairs, which they hire out for weddings, and then we was in the downstairs function hall, it used to be a snooker hall. That's what it used to be originally, because I got talking to someone. And their mum used to run it when it was a snooker hall, so it's mad. But no, obviously Jimmy Walker was talking, but it was just even the atmosphere. Like literally, we were chatting. There was only one Jimmy Walker and stuff like that. And the thing what I love him was he said I was only there for 5 years. But West Ham's like my home. I love.
I didn't know
him.
he was there for that long. I thought it was even less than that. Wow.
Yeah. But it's like even that saying stuff like that. It really, really hits home. And then obviously once the thing finished, it turned into a disco. But we was just going around talking to people. So I was talking to people.
I love the music. That was from my time. The music you were playing.
Oh mate, I was in my element. Obviously, I spoke to Nicky. I spoke to Nicky earlier. Obviously, talking about tomorrow, and I was like, "How you feeling?" He went, "I can't even move. Like, I don't think he's done anything all day either." And literally, it was just nice to put like Scott. I spoke to Scott for a bit. I spoke to Dan. Graham, and it was just nice because I've only spoke to him like what we're doing now.
I know you mean.
Tomorrow I'm meeting Jas for the first time. I've known him for so long now, and we're thinking, so it's mad. I'm gonna get emotional. He's gonna get a big bear hug from me tomorrow.
That'd be good. Yeah, it'd be good to link up. Yeah, it's been ages, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but no.
Now, chaps, come on.
One thing about Jimmy Walker, he was. It was so hard for him not to play in that final. He just missed out on selection, if you remember some of his interviews.
Yes.
And then they said, you would have saved that Gerrard goal. He started laughing. Then he goes like, probably, mate. Yeah.
But no, I won't spoil it too much. I'll put it on Twitter today.
Yeah,
cool. Do you remember, he goes, Ryan kept mentioning it as well. Jimmy Walker, you're the one who saved Frank Lampard's penalty. And then he goes, I don't like talking about it. And then it went to the Q&A, he asked us anything, and then you could tell he's like, no one's. And then the last person put his hand up and went, did you say Frank Lampard's? And then he done the whole story again, and literally everyone was.
Where's he from? Like born
Walsall.
Yeah, I thought he had a northern accent. Oh, that's where Phil Parks is from. Roughly, West Brom, Walsall. Wow.
But yeah, no. If like I said, the video, I think they're doing the editing and stuff. Obviously, Russ was on the floor. He was going around doing all the questions when people put their hands up. So, yeah, well done to the West Ham Network. Nice to actually put a face to the name with Russ as well. The time just went so quick. Literally, it was like
what I'll do next time, I'll come, but I'll have to book the hotel. It's just too far for me. I can't get back.
A few people.
The next one as well.
Yeah, a few people stayed. I think they stayed like 5-10 minutes away, and they paid like 35 quid on a Friday. So it's nothing either, really. So, but no, I won't spoil it.
We'll do it together, Gatesy. Like we'll get in a group. Whoever wants to come, then I'll sort out the accommodation enough, and then we'll jump in.
But no, literally, it was mad. Like. I've been following so many people who are not even on social media. Some people, and I just got talking to them. Like I was a bit scared. I'm not scared, but when you go by yourself, it's a bit like to an event like that. But no, I got talking to.
Isn't it?
Got speaking to a few people straight away, and then it just all went from there. Just talking. The good thing is you're all there talking about one thing what you love. It's not like, do you know what I mean? It's it was amazing, and literally, I can't wait for the next one. I won't spoil it for anyone yet, but they've got one. They've got one in December, and there's I know that word gets over exaggerated. potentially a West Ham legend's going to be there, so I won't spoil it too much for everyone. But anyone in the chat before we go? Is anyone in the chat going tomorrow? Come and say hello. You know who me and Jas are. We don't know who you are.
You can't miss me. So
can't miss me when I'm with my bald head. I'm gonna be wearing the third.
I'll probably wear the home shirt just to piss the jewelry.
I'm wearing the third one. I'm wearing the third kit tomorrow.
So Gatesy, we're the two rebels.
If you go and say hello, boy, if you haven't already subscribed, anybody that goes up, you've got to subscribe to the channel. That's the way it works, and you've got to do an interview with the boys.
And we're up to.
Actually, what we might do, Gatesy, in the future is we might even, once everyone's ready, might look into some merchandise, aren't we? See if we can get any shirts and stuff, isn't it, in the future? That would be good.
Yeah, shirts, mugs, that sort of thing.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So want to say as well. I know I keep saying it on Twitter and everything. We say it in here. Thanks for everyone. We're up to 650 subscribers now, as we speak.
Oh,
and
wow,
I remember 400 not that long ago. I'm talking about weeks, not even that many days, and it's 400 to 600 is 400 600. That's a 50% jump.
Yeah. I want to say a big shout out as well, because we say it again. Luke from the Three Hammers, Frankie from when Jas went on there the other day. Like you said, we're different channels, but we're one big family, and we all help out each other. And we've got some exciting stuff in the pipeline, and I'm really looking forward to it. And if anyone who hasn't watched the previous videos, watch this space. Transfer deadline day with me all day.
I can't wait.
You yellow tie sorted, Milesy.
Yeah, I've ordered it, mate.
Deadline day, mate. I love it. I'll be there to help you as much as I can, mate. I love it. I
appreciate it. Like I said, I've got a few people who are keen to come on and help me out that day as well. So that's a bonus. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there, chaps, because Jas.
Have you got a yellow tie? Yellow.
Yeah, I've ordered one. I've ordered one.
Brilliant. I've got for you.
Yeah, I've ordered one.
Excellent.
We'll wrap it up there, gentlemen. And for those of you that are watching, we thank you very much indeed for coming along and watching. I apologise for my internet, but please don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that bell icon to be notified of any new content as and when we upload it to the channel. One last thing we're going to finish with, and that is Mr. Miles. What are you going to sign us out with?
Looking forward to the game tomorrow. West Ham win, feeling positive, and we're fucking massive.
We are indeed. And from Jas and I, you are going to get...
Come on, you Irons.
Which way am I? Take care, people.
Thanks for joining us, guys. 3 points tomorrow. On we go.